Okay, good day, Mr. Darren. Okay, so first of all, I'm Ananda.
Good to see you.
Okay, so from Ratio, we want to have some testimonial from you. We know that Citadines is a huge hotel in Berawa, and it's a really great building. We love the views, and also the design is also pretty good, and we see that a lot of guests actually love it. Of course, building this kind of hotel is not easy. It's a little complicated, right? So during the construction, you must be needing some help with the management, and then so we work together, Ratio and also with Citadines. So first of all, may we know how did you first discover our service?
I was actually introduced to Ibu Rai sometime in 2017.
Okay.
That was when we first started the project. We had still not decided which piece of land to buy in Bali. So there were choices in Sevilla, Humalas, Canggu, Berawa, and ultimately it was down to a cost estimation of how much it would cost to build a hotel, the timelines involved. So what started it off was we needed literally a very simple tabletop estimate, and Rai, who is the head of Ratio, very helpfully gave us a ballpark figure. So we're looking at it from a quantity surveyor point of view, and after that we realized also that Ratio is able to provide project management services. So that's how it evolved from a pure quantity surveyor work to also have the project management element inside it.
Okay, so from quantity surveyor and then also project management, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. During that time, what was did you have like the main problem that you were hoping that Ratio can solve for yourself?
Well, for us, I'm not Indonesian, so
Okay.
I'm not very familiar with the local knowledge. So how much would iron cost? How much would a ton of sand, cement, labor, timelines? So Ratio was able to solve that for me by giving me a very accurate number, and also most importantly, it was trustworthy. So I think that integrity is very important. Whether you're doing business in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, it's all the same. But yeah, Ratio was able to help on that because this is the first project I've actually done in Bali. So we have projects in Jakarta, but Jakarta is a totally different set of assumptions. The way you get the supplies, the way you do your labor, you have mandors and you have supervisors and contract workers. But over here we were outsourcing. We had multiple groups of contractors, a main con, an MEP contractor, etc. So Ratio was able to tie all of that together and make it sort of like a one-stop solution for us, which made my life a lot
easier. Okay, thank you for that. And then the next question. So because we've been together working from the quantity surveyor and also project management, what do you think about the way we manage during the construction period? How do you think the way Ratio managing this project is?
Ratio managed it very professionally, and they were very commercial about the work that had to be done. So I liked it because we are very direct. Ratio was not too worried, or at least Krishna was heading the project team of Ratio. He was not too worried about making sure I'm happy or not. He's just making sure that project runs smooth. So very importantly, he's not here to be nice. He's here to do his work.
Yeah.
And that made a lot of things easier for us, because I have to meet budgets, I have to meet timelines, I have to ensure that the knowledge is passed throughout the teams well. And I think Rachel did a great job in that aspect, which is what I expected a project manager to do. And I think they all did it in a very value for money and very value-added perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, we also believe that sometimes in project, someone needs to be the bad guy to tell if something not going smooth. Yeah, we need to say that. Yeah.
Oh, but Krishna, you're not a bad guy.
No, just in the construction.
Yeah, I think discipline is a very important
discipline
aspect of construction. I've done projects in Thailand, in Malaysia, and in Singapore. When you lose track of discipline, you start to lose track of being able to complete a project on time and on budget. So yeah, things like this, you save a month of unnecessary work. You actually save a few hundred million rupiah. So that makes a big difference for a developer.
Yeah, we agree. We need to be disciplined in cost and time. Okay, so because this is a big project, of course, also from ratio side, we involve some teams from the ratio side. About that, what do you think about our team in the site working during this construction period?
It was a full service team, so I remember we had Pak Krishna, Pak Wayan Swabawa, we had procurement side as well, Kadek, etc. So I liked it because everyone had their own subject matter expertise. And it was all well distributed amongst the various teams. So certain things like MEP, Pak Wayan will be doing it. Overall, yes, Pak Krishna is in charge. But even if Pak Krishna is, say, away on leave, or let's say medical rest and all that, then Pak Wayan is able to step up. What I also really appreciated was Kadek was extremely effective. So sometimes I'll say, oh yeah, something's a bit too expensive, can we do some better? Kadek did that. And I was pleasantly surprised because he was able to get even better prices than I expected. So number one, yes, the integrity was there. Number two, there was value added. Because I think overall you could easily say well-managed procurement and well-managed sourcing for quotes can make a difference of maybe a few billion rupiah, which is 2, 3, even 8% of the project cost. And it helps for everyone. Of course, it helps us save money, but it's just a very effective way to get work done. And we're doing it at a very, very good price.
Yeah, we believe also every penny saved is really help us a lot. And then after the ratio joined this Citadines project during construction, is it impactful for you at the end?
Yeah, we actually were ahead of schedule most of the way. The only reason why there was certain delays in the overall timeline is because of COVID. So the impact that ratio had was we ran the project like normal before COVID, and when COVID occurred, I liked the fact that ratio was able to follow what we were trying to do commercially. I think when COVID hit, and many companies, many developers, I think everyone has never gone through COVID. So there's a different way of doing business during COVID, where you have to intentionally slow down. Number one, to conserve cash. Number two, to manage the risk. And it was great that Ratio was also able to, cooperate very closely with us on this. So, I'm not going too fast because there is cash burn. And I liked it because Ratio and Ratio and us are on the same side. Contractors are also with us, but contractors would have their own perspective, their own timelines. We have ours. So it's important that Ratio was able to manage both sides well. And I think that was a very big difference maker in us being able to, I would say, to withstand the difficulties during COVID. At least now we are where we are.
Yeah, I think it's also very great to see that this building is eventually done and seeing it built. It's
Rachel
really
was
good.
with us since this was
Yeah.
a piece of grass. So yeah, it's
I'm also very proud of this project. Like, even though I'm not the site team, but it's very a great building.
right.
I love the view and also the rooftop.
Yeah, and I think all of this also, there were a lot of difficulties in how we want to envisage certain design aspects of the hotel. And Pak Wayan, Pak Krishna also gave very good advice. Yeah, so some of these small little changes that we made were also, I think, very closely linked to the advice that Rachel was able to give us. Yeah, you have designers, you have architects, but yeah, your project manager is the one who knows. For example, if I'm asking Pak Wayan, where does the staircase go? How do we do the lighting? He's able to give effective feedback that allowed us to speak with Citadines to get the whole setup correctly. So even for this room, we really had no idea how to make the whole room look like. Then Krishna came in with some suggestions how we do the partitioning. So that worked out well for us.
Okay.
Enabling. Yeah, I think that it enabled us to work in a very conducive manner. Because the whole flow of communication was very honest, was very direct. So, for us, we just want to get the work done. Krishna and his team understood that. And that's what enabled me to be able to spend my time very effectively. So I'm not worrying about the project management. I'm able to focus on the macro aspects of the project. Right? We have to settle things like marketing, we have to do sales, we have to find investments, we have to settle the interaction between ourselves and the hotel. So the last thing I would want to say is that I can't be literally looking and seeing how the staircases are done, how the plants are being settled. So yeah, when Rachel did that, it enabled us, and that became a multiplier effect because I think it saved us a lot of resources that allowed us to grow other projects in Jakarta. It allowed me to have my time to handle my projects in Malaysia and Thailand. So yeah, enabling, I would say it was a difference maker. And you do this across a period of 4 years, you make a very big difference, both from a professional and a personal level.
Okay, thank you so much. That was so wonderful to have that kind of recommendation.
Okay.